Hey everyone, these not just sunglasses. So this is Lucid Loud, a stepping stone, if you will, for this company's bigger goal, which are full-fledged AR smart glasses. The Lucid Loud is a pair of sun or prescription glasses that uses bone conduction technology built into the rims to allow you to listen to audio while you're wearing them. Now, this company's whole setup really revolves around cryptocurrency. You can use real money on their store, but you can also use cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and even their own cryptocurrency, which they funded with $6 million. And you can use this cryptocurrency not only on their website, but also on their app store, which they're working on, which will allow you to download apps for their eventual full AR smart glasses. The glasses themselves are made of a matte, almost rubbery feeling plastic, and as you can see, the rims are quite thick, but it's not to the point where it looks absolutely ridiculous. Not quite. Looking at the I/O, you have a charging port as well as a volume rocker, which will work as the power button as well. Then on the left rim, you have a touch sensitive area, which will recognize taps as well as swipes in either direction. On the right rim, you have Lucid's logo. And then on the insides, you have what I assume are bone conduction pads to more effectively transfer the vibration from the glasses to the bones in and around your ear. And then last but not least, on the bottom, you have some openings for the speakers, because these glasses don't rely purely on bone conduction. They also have regular speakers. So that's it for the glasses themselves. Now, I've been using these for a couple of weeks now, and I feel like I have a pretty good idea of all the strengths as well as the flaws of these glasses. So let's go ahead and go through those. Now, the first thing you're gonna have to do when you take these out of the box, obviously, is pair them. And the pairing process is super easy, super simple. You just connect it to your smartphone, and once it's connected, it'll automatically reconnect as soon as you turn these on, which is a really nice feature to have. Now, arguably the most important thing to talk about here is sound quality. And I can tell you right off the bat that these things do not sound as good as regular over-ear and even most in-ear headphones. These definitely don't sound horrible, but you can tell that there's a difference compared to what you've most likely been used to. One interesting thing to keep in mind though is that the bone conduction actually makes the frames of these sunglasses vibrate, so it turns the music you're listening to into somewhat of a tactile experience, especially with lower and bassy sounds, which is kind of cool in and of itself. So over the past couple of weeks of me testing these, my biggest use for them has been wearing them while on my bike. I know it says not to do that in the instructions, but they have to put that in there. I think this is really the safest alternative for if you want to listen to something while on your bike or skateboard or anything, because they actually leave your ears open as opposed to plugging them with headphones. So you're able to hear and perceive more of the important sounds around you, like cars, bells ringing, and so on. Now, for prescription glasses, I think that the Lucid Loud would actually be even more useful because you'll always have these on. That means that you'll always have a pair of headphones that you can, just connect your phone to anytime and start listening. And I think that that is always going to beat the hassle of trying to find your headphones, if you even have them with you, untangling them and then putting them in. So if you get the Lucid Loud as a pair of prescription glasses, I think that you'll get a lot more use out of them as opposed to sunglasses, unless you wear sunglasses indoors all the time. All right, one important thing to keep in mind if you're going to be using these mostly indoors is the fact that there is sound bleed. That means that when you're listening to something, you'll be able to hear it, but people around you will probably also be able to hear some of what you're listening to. But let me put that into numbers so you kind of get a feel for what this is like. If you have the volume set to, anything 20% and below, then you're mostly going to be fine. If you're in a room with some ambient noise, or say people talking on the other side or cars driving by outside, then I think you'll be fine with 30%, but anything above that and people sitting right next to you will be able to tell that you're listening to something. Now, the touch sensitive area on the side here, it works really well. It's nice and responsive, and beyond being able to just interact with your media, you can actually also use it to summon your phone's voice assistant, which opens the gates for a lot of other things you can do, like getting directions, sending texts, and even paying people with your voice. Overall, I think the Lucid Loud is a really cool idea and has quite a few pretty interesting uses. One thing you have to keep in mind though is that this is a beta product as of right now, which means it's still going to get revised and worked on a little bit, so you can't be too harsh on it right now. Three areas that I'd like to see improvements in are A, waterproofing. I don't believe that these are certified waterproof or water resistant. Now all the openings and ports are of course on the bottom, so that's going to prevent a lot of water from getting in, but I think it'd still be nice to have a waterproof or water resistance certification. Then obviously you also have the amount of sound bleed, so how much sound the people around you can hear. If Lucid can work on getting that down, I think that would be a huge step in the right direction. And one way to do that directly transitions into the third area I'd like to see an improvement in, and that is the bone conduction itself. If Lucid is able to improve their bone conduction technology, then they'll be able to rely more on that and less on the little speakers that direct audio at your ears right now, which will mean A, less sound bleed, and B, better sound quality. But like I said, this is a really cool idea and I love what the people at Lucid are trying to do. So that is going to wrap up this review. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below, and if you have any questions about the Lucid Loud, ask them and I'll make sure to get back to you. If you enjoyed the video, click that like button, helps out a bunch. And hey, maybe subscribe. Other than that, thank you for watching and see you around.